how you guys doing? We're back with a new game, The Room 3. This is the third in a series of puzzle games. Currently it is the final one, but there is a fourth one coming out, so once that comes out it won't be the final one. Yeah, that made more sense in my head than when it did when I started saying it. So here we are. I really actually love this game a lot. Now this is being played off my iPad. So this was a pain in the ass to set up, which is why we started a little bit late, but I hope you guys enjoy this one. Let's get this started. We did the previous room games months ago. A really long time ago. I never got around to finishing up them, so I have a little time now between finishing Shadow of Mordor and getting started on Dying Light once that arrives. And I figured, why not play this? So just like all the previous games, it gives us a tutorial. Right now I'm just testing to see how the stream looks, and it looks pretty good in terms of the preview. Yeah, alright. Looks like a constant 30. We're doing fine, so let's... Lots of things I never noticed in the actual train before. Might help. You're gonna hear a bit of a loud noise. I apologize. Because I didn't set my mic up ahead of time, so I had to futz around with it, sorry. So, like in the last two, this serves as a reminder of how to play the game. Very simple. So double tap on the journal, and then we're going to open it up. Let's see. AS is gone, his entire house is gone. So we're the character from the second game. We escaped from a house where a bunch of tentacles and crazy shit basically happened. The house exploded, and then I think it sucked into itself. Rather that I was insane, and that those infernal boxes were but a figment of my fevered mind. Never should have ignored you. I have awakened from the nightmare, forever haunted by it. I submerge myself in my work as if to drown the memories, but it is no use. The Null calls to me in my sleep, and seizes any unoccupied moment to fill my thoughts, unbidden. Is there any more? Oh, there is more. Let's see. Okay, so there's, hold on. So they petitioned the Royal Institute to, I guess, research this more. An undersecretary with a drawn look slid a packet into my jacket pocket as they passed. The packet included a page torn from a map of the south coast with an island circle. So that's where we are now, and then it's got some really nice drawings. Like, there's some real... there's a ton of work that goes into this. It's kind of like the Necronomicon Ex Mortis from The Evil Dead. They put so much detail and work into stuff you weren't going to see. And, I mean, I say that as now we have an infinite amount of empty pages. So now we close the book. There's lots of little details here and there. Somebody left us a box. There's no keyhole in the box, is there? This surface looks strange. If you've watched the previous ones, you recognize this as the, that translucency, as, I think it's made out of Null. Made some modifications, so we're gonna slide that up, and poof! Out comes the eyepiece. Sometimes the eyepiece can be used to see things that are otherwise hidden. Alright, so I think we've got a good idea how to do this. So we come to our very first actual puzzle. So let's see. Nah, that's not right. That's correct. Yeah, there we go. And voila! We've got ourselves a keyhole. Now we'll take and drag the key over to that, and turn it. And just like that, the box opens to give us a piece of something. Some kind of pyramid. How is the volume? Can you hear me in the game okay? Just let me know in chat. What happened? Where am I? Well, let's check the door. Oh, there we go. Game, for some reason, kind of trailed on the sound there. Some strange dude appeared, and then some tentacles appeared. There we go. Got that. Get the thing. There we go. You were warned not to look for me, but you would not listen, and it has become necessary for me to find you. Welcome to Greyholm, the seat of my ancestors. Seldom few visitors have walked these halls. Fewer still have walked free of them. In the past, I have drawn my subjects from the greatest minds of history. Each played their part, but none outlived it. The Null wraps its bonds around all except you. It was a mistake to try and keep you away. I see now that I have great need of you. If you could prove yourself worthy, your first task is to find something that will aid you in your trials ahead. Find it, or never leave this room, and I will have gone to great effort in vain. The Craftsman. Yes, thank you. So, I think I could turn off... Boop! There we go. We're gonna turn those off. Back. Zoom. Good. Okay, great. So we don't need that shit. We're smart. We don't need hints. Okay. So, here we are. My face is silent without my hands. The power of flight, the well of knowledge. The poor have me, the rich need me. So, we need to figure out what these statements correlate to. There's 3 statements and 3 sides and 3 cylinders. So I'm gonna hedge a bet. I probably shouldn't pretend like I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm still going to anyway. What were you again? My face is silent without my hands. Very basic riddle. The clock. The power of flight and the well of knowledge. Oh, that has neither. That's a scroll, and while you can throw it, it doesn't really fly very far. It does carry knowledge, but doesn't seem very accurate. Poison, probably neither of those things. And a feather, which, on a bird, gives flight. And inkwell, knowledge, writing. Sounds good to me. The poor have me, the rich need me. I would know this one even if I hadn't played this. Because there's a similar regular riddle. And that is... the answer is obviously nothing. That's a very old riddle. It is quite painful to watch how you blunder to and fro, half blinded by those crude lenses you stumbled upon. Allow me to pry the scales from your eyes. These are the instruments of a craftsman. They will allow you to see the universe as it truly is and reach into the unseen infinity of space that surrounds us. Alright, so now we have our first item that we'd actually have to interact with in the inventory. So, we've got an ornate box here. It's pretty cool. Top doesn't do anything. But, oh, I accidentally did the thing, but yeah, so you just turn this, and that moves the latch. Now we've got another lens, which we immediately attach to our eyepiece, which now looks incredibly uncomfortable. Something strange about the door. So now once we see these little fragments, what we're going to do is put on the eyepiece, and we zoom right in. Okay. I don't see anything different about these. That's pretty bright, so that's pretty obvious that's what I need to do. So we got 2. There we go. Now you're gonna see a bit of frame rate choppiness, and that's pretty much the game. It's not much you can do. It's a tablet game. So there we go. Our first room has been cleared. And as you guys are gonna see, this is a really, it's more expansive in terms of what you do than the first or second games. So we've got our second puzzle. This one's always tricky to me. We can't finish it yet though. So let's take a look around. Alright, there's a weird, like, there's something on that wall there. There's something over on that wall. But I can't tap it. Oh, we can tap the table. Alright. So we have a little triangle there. And the only thing triangular we have is this pyramid. So let's see what happens. Aha! And that goes to this over here. And that's the only one we needed, apparently. So there we go. So, a bit of a complex puzzle, but it's actually a lot easier to solve than you might think. So, let's see here. So, in order to solve this one, it needs to be that. And that. And the reasoning behind that is you're taking the top 4, you're taking 2 of them, right? So on the left-hand side, rat and the field come down to that that shape, and the same thing, the snake and that shield come down to that shape, and you're supposed to try to get them to match whatever's supposed to be at the bottom. So we have a grasshopper on the left and a star on the right, black line down the center over a red field, and then you've got a I used to know what this thing is. Echelon, I think it's called. And then an owl over a blue field. So right up here, you can't see it. No, I don't have my mouse cursor on. So anyway, on the left-hand side, we've got a red field with 2 stars, the owl, and the... I'm not going to call it an echelon because I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. So let's go that. Owl and 2 stars. The reason being is because those 2 combined have to create that shield below it. So on the right now we've got grasshopper, yellow grasshopper over a blue field, and then a basic peace sign shield with a white field. So that's gonna create just a basic shape, but we need the grasshopper there. Any day, let me in. Okay, so we're coming up to our first transitional area. What is this place? I have to find a way out. Okay, so the first thing you have to do in each of these areas is you've got to find this fuse box. And now we've got to, if you look over on the bottom left, you'll see diagrams. So negative goes to positive, and so on. So we have to get it to get all the way to that far right side. So we've got a negative to negative, and we have a positive which needs to go to a negative. So we got that. The thing is we want to get okay, we want to set that up like that, I think. Yep, this should do it. There we go. And now the last step. Oh wait, no, this isn't the last step. There's one more step after this. Pretty sure this is the last step. Before we do that, let's check this, because we never read it. As you have discovered on your little adventures, contained within the null is the power to transfer matter across space and time. I have watched you cross leagues and centuries just as some lesser individual might cross a street. But what of light years? What of aeons? You have barely even begun to tap its potential. I have charted a world not unlike our own, yet incredibly distant. It is the source of the null. I have measured it, even seen it, but I cannot reach it. Not without your help. But first, I must teach you how, and you must prove capable of learning. Alright, so now we'll do this. I've never liked these puzzles. This is very reminiscent of the really dumb mini-game that they released on a floppy disk for Independence Day. And onward we go to our first official area. Okay. Sometimes I'll remember what to do, sometimes I will forget. So let's see. First thing you always want to do is... Oh, okay, so I can't move that. I always check the tables. I don't see any markings. Alright, so the tables... There's some stuff on the table, but nothing I can think of at the moment. Pyre. Oh, hey, this thing. A sphere suspended in a cradle. There we go. Oh, gotta keep spinning it. Now we got a magnet. Alright, cool. So, that's all we needed that for. Pyre. Oh, hey. Note. The pyre has not cast its light in many a year. Ships need no beacon to warn them of this place. Off this... Is that of or off? Looks like off. Travelers such as ourselves, however, require such things to find our path. A light in the black. Wouldn't that be dark? The way ahead is dark. It's there. A darkness even the blind can see. I never thought about how that makes very little sense. So what do we have over here? We have some kind of contraption. The name of this tower will reveal the way. Well, we've seen it twice, so we're gonna guess Pyre. So this one's... I like this puzzle. It's a little tricky, though. So, you have all these letters here, and you have some buttons and some stuff in the middle. So what you've got to do, we want to spell out Pyre, so we're going to hit that button, and then we're going to hit that button. And there you are, the letter P. So now we need a Y, which is all the way the hell out there. So we're going to change that. Oh, nope, sorry. I have to slide that first. Okay, so let's try that again. Pyre. Yeah, so both arrows have to point towards the letter you need. There we are. And that gives us a carved wooden arch. Okay, so we got a magnet and a carved wooden arch. I don't know if there's anything else we can do. And it looks like there's something behind it. Yeah, there's something back there, some kind of like latch. So we can't do anything there. We have an arch. Okay, nothing there. Nope. I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Let's take a look at this. So it's just an archway. There's nothing special about it. And this magnet here has a cross attached to it. And check the sides again just to be sure. No. Okay, well, I'm betting now that it's definitely not the table. this is one of those moments where I've forgotten exactly what I'm supposed to do. Which I like, because it's less enjoyable watching somebody beat something they're... At least a puzzle game. It's less interesting watching somebody who knows how to beat it. So that doesn't work. Ah, there we go. So we just gotta slide that out, and with my other finger, I'm gonna slide that over, and that comes out. And that gives us a wooden gear. Now, I did see that cog piece over here. There we are. Okay. So let's see what we have here. I see two squares here. That looks like this will line up. Nailed it. So that gives us a new area. Also, that's gonna remind us of this little thing, because you're gonna need to know this for pretty much the entire game. All right, so we've got a bunch of columns, some lines that are going into the center, and a little... Oh, okay, so if I touch it, I create little lines. Oh. Okay, that was one. So by placing two fingers on, I could create that symbol. You gotta do that on each one. There's another symbol. Let's finish up that last one. Okay. So the next one is a diamond with a line going up. Okay. And the last one is a triangle with 2/3 of a triangle. Okay, so we got a whole new piece together. Oh, okay, so we got a button and some stuff. They look translucent. Aha! There we are. So that's what we needed to do. Pretty much the easiest puzzle. 2 presses and then just get him in there. Oh, we got a box. Some kind of strap. A weird seal inside there, too. Let's take a look at this wooden model piece. It looks solid. So maybe we don't do anything with it in... Yeah, we don't do anything with it in the inventory. So let's get out of there. So we got a thing from that. Looks like a keyhole. Very odd looking keyhole. So we'll come back to that. It's a drawer. With a clock face. Alright. Check for other drawers. No. Okay. So now we got this. Some diamonds, and it looks like 2 plus signs. Yeah, let's try this. Okay, so that works. So we'll need that for something in a moment. Okay, there's a viewfinder. That's of importance. Alright, so that moves it across. There's some symbols on it. So let's look for symbols. What about this? Alright, so a snake and an angle. Alright, so I'm already on angle. And I think I accidentally... Huh. Alright. Alright, so... I think I need another magnet to finish that off. But we have a clock face, and a box. So let's try box over here. Alrighty. We need a thing for that. Clock face. Let's jump on in and see what we got. An owl. Aha! A boat. I can't look at any other sides of it, so I'm guessing that's the end. So let's go here. Obviously, that looks like a... That boat's got to go there. I mean, I can't really do anything else. There. And get in there. Oh, cool. So there we go. That's the next place. A rat. What does the rat have for us? Button. Another button. Pull out. Oh, there we are. A key. Alright. Let's see, where does this key go to? It's not to any of this, it seems. Let's check this. Oh, hey, that does the thing. Okay. That opens the door. To a snake. Okay. Now the bottom can't be moved. Oh, the top can. Let's try lining up these. No. Oh, cool. That was it. So, press button. There's our other magnet. So let's go back into here since we have our other magnet. Maybe we can solve that. Okay, so let's see here. So I can move the magnets up and down. It actually kind of looks like, wait a minute. Oh, okay. So, top one needs to be in the middle. And then it's right, left, right. Middle, right, left, right. Okay, so one went. So we gotta find the other symbols. And that will give us the coordinates we need to solve that puzzle. Oh, I think I found him. So, a Naruto and a sort of Jesus fish that's been eaten. So middle, right, right, left. Alright, that opened it, I think. Oh, yeah, it did. Cool. So what do we get? This has got to go to that tower. Okay, maybe not that tower. That tower over here. That opens up to a bigger room. Okay. So let's see, we've got this here, but there's, what's this? Hey, a keyhole. Maybe this? Yep. Let's take a look inside. Surprised Cruffin's not here. Okay, so it looks like we only have this lighted area we need to worry about, so I'm guessing this mannequin. So let's turn the crank. What did that do? Oh, okay. Alright. So that moved the mannequin's arm into place. And opened this up. Ah, same room. It looks like the handle's got a square on it now. Oh, okay, I see. The square's the blue track. So let's try moving this up. And a triangle next. Okay, red triangle. So it looks like we gotta turn it. No, camera. Wrong. Alright. Completed the tower. Of course, the tower is now here. Some kind of egg cup. Alright, well, I don't think we can do anything more. We don't have any more items. So let's check this out. The Talisman and Company. Diving apparatus. Oh, let's turn that. Nice. So we got a small brass rivet and 3 symbols. Alright, so... Oh, this thing's shiny. I can't do anything with it. There's a slot, handle. The rocks of this island has always had a taste for blood. This tenacious aquanaut thought his science would be proof against them. I hope his curiosity into my affairs is now satisfied. We got an antler. There's nothing over on this side. So this looks like it unscrews. This is important, but I'm not sure why. Oh, hey. That looks like something. Alright. So what do we get? A metal acorn. And a switch. Ah. False door. And a wooden piece, which we're going to shove into the centerpiece, obviously. Acorn. Oh. Oh, okay. Hey, I remember that. That's that weird shape from before. Let's go do that. Where was the weird shape? Oh, it was in that thing. Hold on. Before we do that, I'll only put the last piece on. And that gives us our last creature, the grasshopper. Gives us a metal pointer. Okay. So now I think we're done with all the stuff here. So let's head back over to the diver. Actually, you know what we should probably do? We should head into the circle again. So let's see. Acorn. Opens up. Aha! Okay. A deer skull. And a horn. And these turn, so likely we need to match it. Like so. Ah! So that opens up the stone, leaving a space, and I can't go into it. So I think we've done everything we can for there. So let's head back to the diver now. Oh, hey. There's those symbols that we saw before. So we'll use that. So that brings that out. So what were my 3 symbols? Kind of an infinity, diamonds, and I'm going to call that water. It's just having a hard time keeping up with the streaming. So we got a, what is that? A copper tap. There's a little triangle in there. Oh, what about this? Remember that thing from before? So turn that down. And these things come out. Alright. So, I could turn them like that, so I guess it wants them to go face up. Oh, that came undone. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Ah! Hi guys, how you doing? He seemed very happy. You didn't expect to see me here? I'm sorry, that was a terrible Skeletor. I'm off my game. So we have a crystal file. Very nice detail work on it, by the way. And we're going to take that. And dump it there. And you'll see why in just a moment. Because now we have a glowing gemstone. And this brings us full circle. So now we have an illuminated lamp. And an elevator. Oh, okay, we're trapped. So we got a new puzzle. Whoop, okay, so this moves. And there's two little handles. I need to get that open, so I'm just gonna assume I need the other one, which I think is this one right here. So I'll put a lamp in there. Oh, hey, another triangle. Okay. There we go. So, the lighthouse has been completed. So that brings us back to that room. Alright. We'll come back to this room in 3 minutes. That gives us some strange device. Oh, this turns, so let's... Oh, that popped open. Oh, hey, a thing. Alright, so this one we gotta turn just enough. That should be fine there. And then this. There we go. And there we are. Whole new area. Add a new switchboard, or a fuse box rather. So let's see. So that piece is no good. That's a positive. Oh, I see. There we are. So, that to there, that to there. What's this over here? Oh, neat, a thing. Ah, a key. So I have to find a place for that. Oh. 3 minutes, let's hurry over. Alright. So there's another puzzle. We gotta figure out what those things go to. But I see the translucent thing on the pendulum. Oh, and we crashed. This is an unfortunate side effect of trying to stream from the iPad using this program. This game also does occasionally crash on its own, even when I'm not doing something like this, so... That sucks. I think we lost the, Yeah, wow. That sucks. Not very good at checkpointing in this game. Granted, that was an optional thing, but still. Okay, we've got a metal object. It's a square design. Oh, it's not activated yet. Let's see. There's some lights over here. Oh, and they veer off to the right. Some kind of clock tower. I'm trying to fast track my way down there, but nope, I gotta do it this way. And now we turn on the switches. Press the button. What do we got here? Interesting. Here you stand, all corporeal and breathing and the rest. Existing is something you appear to have a tremendous knack for. A useful trait, and one that has been distressingly lacking in my previous apprentices. Perhaps my search really is at an end. This library is unique in all the world, though. I would counsel against indulging your curiosity. As is common at Greyhelm, there are things here that are not sympathetic towards inquisitive hands. Do not idle here. Now this one's slightly different and slightly more annoying. I do not like that one either. This takes us to Area 2. Right. Okay, so we got a whole new area to check out. Lots of shiny things nearby. Oh, we get a wheel with a handle. And a bird. A keyhole. Alright. So that's not it. Some kind of weird hourglass looking thing. Door. Looks like four-leaf clovers in the back, so there's a note. Okay, I guess gotta go in closer on the note. What do you know of time? This tower was added by my great-grandfather, though his time ran out earlier than expected. Your path will appear when the last bell tolls midnight. A trifle dramatic, I know, but our ancestors understood more than they realized. There truly are moments when the cycle of our world brings it closer to its neighbors. Alright, so it's a pretty big box, lots of pieces and such. Just drop that there. Oh, something moved, and there's a little thing over here. Okay, I can't move it. I can't lift the box either. What do we got here? So we'll move those, which opens the front, and we get a little piece here. A little pillar. We don't have anything for that, though. Well, there's all these other ones that look the same, so here. There. Oh, that opened it. Here we go. Poof. Alright. So we need something for this. Oh. And we find a box in here. So this turns. I think. There we go. Now we've got a metal ring. And a crank handle. Maybe it goes here? No? Okay, I think I'm done in there. Alright. I don't think I can do anything more with that. Let's check over here. Maybe this goes here? No, it does not. It's a metal ring with cog teeth. But it's a big, big cog. Maybe we're not done in here. Huh, what about here? I was looking right at it. There we go. Oh, and that's where we'd put that then. Let me turn. Now we get the crank handle again. These I like. These are cool. So, what we have is we have a bunch of, I would call them brass contacts. And we have to get them to match. So, Oh, okay, that's how we do it. There we go. Just had to get it to match the other one at the bottom. There we go. You might be familiar with this puzzle. Alright, let's do the next one. Alright, number 3. And the last one. There we go. All right. So there's another square hole. There we are. Little button. Boop. And that gives us another one that we need to solve. So let's see. For this square, it needs to be long, short. That's the one. For this square, it needs to be 2 and a long. 3 and 3, yep. And this needs to be a 3. Yep, there we go. And that makes that open and gives us a gear. I'm gonna name it Richard. Alright, so those two have receded, so we don't need them anymore. And the only other place I can think of where there's gears is this. And that looks about like the right shape. So I'll do that. Some stairs. Lighting to another room. And hey, look at that. It's a circle with those clovers, which means handle. Alright. So what's this? We got a new painting. And it's got that translucent look, so let's get our lens out. And alright, we got a thing here. This puzzle is very confusing. Not in its practice, just in its goal. It doesn't make much sense. So we take it from there. And we're going to bring it over here. Oh, right. So we go here, there, and you want to bring it here and down. So we got our clock face, which we're missing, so we're going to go back down and put that onto the clock. Don't see any other items in the room, so let's get out of here. I think it just might be because I have such a really bad computer. It just can't handle what I'm trying to do. But in any case, we're going to place the clock face here. Which opens everybody's favorite game, chess. This one's pretty easy to do. So we just match. And match. So we gotta take all four of them. As long as you know the rules of chess and how a knight works, it's not that difficult. There we go. Alright, what do we got? Bunch of stuff. Okay, so this one seems pretty simple. Let's do... no. Get into place. Here we go. Slide that over. And then... Oh, okay. This one's annoying. So I gotta use one hand to turn, another to slide that in place. And now we just do that. And last one. Oh, I think it's... Yeah, there we are. And there we go. So now... There we go. It wasn't working before. Oh, hey! Square. Let's use our handle. And lift. Alright, another one. Okay. Let's see what this first block has to be. So we want two long. Yep, okay, that one's fine. This one's definitely not right. Cross. Yep, okay, that one looks good. And this one... Nope, that's not it. Maybe this one? That's the one. So let's do it. Gotcha. I'm gonna flip that open. And a handle. And a socket. And so we're done with that. Hey, wait a minute. We'll take that statuette while we're here. And then that receipt, so we're done with that as well. Alright. Good to know. It's a good indicator to know that you're done with that puzzle and you never need to do it again. So we're going to take the socket and we're going to make ourselves a handle. Let's head down to the basement. Alright, what's down here? There's something over there. There's a painting and a crystal over there. There's a little box right here. So we'll just undo the... Oh. And a starter key. Winding key. And it opens up. Oh, hey, another ballerina. Alright. Okay, so let's see. We have another ballerina ourselves, so we should be able to do this one. So let's hit the button. Nothing happens. Alrighty. Oh, here we go. Here's a panel. It looks like some stuff. Yep, got it. And of course, we're back to the puzzle, same puzzle we had at the start. Got it. Get our winding key. It's funny because this song is the actual theme for the game. So to get this puzzle solved, we need to basically get her into the center. Now we're going to do that by hitting the button, which will cause the gold pieces to recede, and they only go back up once she passes the nearest one. And there we go. Ballerina 1 is in. This one's a little trickier. Okay. So we'll get her onto the big circle. And we're going to try to get her onto the biggest circle. Okay. Next, we're going to move her up to the upper right circle. And then we're going to get her along that long track when she passes that. There we go. And she has a gem. Okay, so I think we're done with that one. Not every puzzle closes out or shows you that it's done, but some of them do. So now we've got, well, this. So let's put this here. Aha! Alright. Well, we got 2 diagrams here. 3, 3, and then checkerboard. Okay. That should be 1. Okay. Couple of buttons and then some random stuff appeared. We're not done yet because we have to do No, I got that completely fucking wrong. There we are. Alright, and a light. So, let's hit these buttons and see what they do, huh? Alright, so that moves the top. And that looks like a foot and wing. So do those. There we go. One last piece. Gives us another key. A key with a bird emblem. Alright. Mic's still going. Hopefully the game audio is fine. So I still have a turn key. Or a winding key, rather. Let's see what we do here. Power switch, maybe? You didn't go all the way down. There we are. Oh! And that... let that raven, crow, whatever it is out. It happily cawed at us, which is always good. So let's go follow him. See what he's up to. Oh, there he is. What's up, dude? And... Sorry, I forgot to check the mic to make sure that it wasn't offset too much. Because this isn't, when I'm streaming off of the console, the Elgato I use is, offset by like 800 milliseconds, so I have to adjust my microphone for that. And sometimes I forget to take it off when I do, computer streams. Now, this series is available on Steam, but I highly recommend that you get it on a tablet, because it's so much more fun to play. Because there's a lot of puzzles that require you to use multiple fingers, and it's so much more interesting, and I like the tactile aspect to it versus what could possibly be offered on a PC. So we're going to move this spark around. Let's see, where do I want to? Alright, so we're going still a bit too far. There we go. It's frustrating me. Alright, that's fine. There we go. And there's the other piece of our clock. Okay, let's go check on our box here. And what do you know? That looks like a good place for a winding key. Yeah, the audio is unfortunately desynced, and I apologize. It's just the downside of using the program I'm using. And that's the clock tower completed. It's very likely we're not going to complete this game today. This is definitely longer than the other two. Which is fine. And it crashed again. Awesome. There we go. Okay, so we have completed that one. Still have a metal object, a key, and a triangle. So let's go take the triangle down to the little pool. Good thing. There we go. An optical device. Let's look at this. That's got some kind of pins on the bottom. But I can't do anything to it. Alright. An optical device. What's you? Oh, what about this? Yeah, it looks about the right shape, doesn't it? There we go. Okay, so now we gotta do laser bending. Which would actually be pretty cool in the next Avatar. Alright. There we go. The other nice thing about this game is I can pet my cat while I play it. She gets very sad if I don't pet her. Okay. So we found the switch box. There is the channeler. So let's go through this doorway. Oh, there it is. There's the fuses. So let's do these. Okay, so there is a plus that goes to that minus. And that plus would go... That won't work. Nor that. Oh wait, it'll go backwards though. Go like that, and ba-boom. Gotcha. So that gets our switch ready to go. Let's flip that. Okay, so we got a couple of other things in the room. We have a phonograph, but it's not usable yet. And we have this thing over here. So we're gonna do a quick thing. We're gonna drop this square. And we're gonna get that machine started. And we're gonna need this. Okay, so now that it has a translucent wall, we're gonna look in, and there's a reason why we're doing this. We're gonna change this square into a sphere. That will come into play later. There's also another thing that we need to do. There's a hole in the wall on the side. I should just give up the pretense that I don't know anything. I do know most of it, but sometimes I will just forget what I'm supposed to do. But there are key things that I always remember. So now we're going to do this. This is really important. Spin that, and spin that. Done. Okay. That's all we needed to do in there. Now, we'll come back to that. That's all we needed to do for now. Okay. So now we gotta use the, I already forgotten what I've called it. Another test passed, with all colors flying, and now the time truly is at hand. I promised you answers, and answers you shall have. Every soul is unique, and so must be every trap that snares it. An altar of belief, a tome of answers, a crypt of terrors. For AS, his box full of demons, knowledge, power, sight beyond sight, all lies, all just bait in the trap. This house was to be yours had you failed, but you walked free of it as you have all the rest. I am certain now that you are the one I have sought, the one who will find the center of the labyrinth, the one who will walk free of this very realm. So the guy that we were chasing down in the second game was actually a guy that was trapped by this guy in this game. So this is fun. So how to do this. Which was definitely fun, given the fact that this damn thing is running so slow because of the streaming. So, on to Area 3. Okay, so now we've made it to the forge, I think this area is. I don't think the puzzles in this section are all that good. Compared to the other ones, that is. Here you arrive at the birthplace of my enterprise and your final lesson. Here is where I begin crafting my masterworks, and where you shall learn to do likewise. That which you seek is contained in the box on the table here. Accessing it will require the mastery of many tools. The first set of keys you'll have to make yourself, but the final one is held ready for you. Okay, so, to start off, let's grab this leather case and open it. And we'll get some kindling. On the other side, go down these very tiny switches. Boop. Okay, and that should get our little slot open for us to play a fun game. Okay. There we go. Which gives us a metal piece. And that piece is going to go right here. We're going to take this and slam it up there. We'll start some of those gears turning. Or normally it would. Alrighty. So we got the kindling. And that's gonna go in here. Hey MacArthur, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by, I appreciate it. I mean, I played the crap out of these games, so... Alright, we don't need that yet. Okay, so there's another one that we're going to need to do, but we can't do it just yet. But we did get a key. Right, so we can't open that door yet. Oh, I know what we need to do. Just over in this corner. That's why we got the key. Flip that. And... turn. So there we go. I'm going to slide that out. Now, we've got the rod. Can open that up, and we do need to do this. That is going to power the that windmill wheel. And if you haven't noticed, we've been going to all of the places that we went into in the lighthouse. On that board that they had laid out, all those spots that we went into are spaces that we have to go to in the rest of the game. So it's a neat little thing. So, there's a couple things to notice. We got a couple plates here, and a bag, and then we got a door. So let's do a thing here. All right, I gotta do that in a second. Hold on. So we're gonna come over here. We're going to dunk that nice handle in there. So what we need to do... let's see if it's... I think it's this one. That's the one. Okay, so... what we really need to do... is this. And you'll see why in just a second. So, up we go. Go down, and go down. So what would have happened is, if I hadn't done that, when I moved the bag up, it would have closed that latch again. So by putting that that latch over that piece, it held the slide in place so that the gear couldn't turn it back. So we're going to need that in just a moment. A little echo. How's that? Is that better? Alright, so There's a reason why we did that. Because now... Yeah, I had the mic a little far away because I have the tablet in front of me. I'm hoping to get a real microphone at some point. But for now... There we go. Was wondering why that wasn't working. Okay, now we're come back here. And Buzzsaw. Giving us... Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, MacArthur. So the Buzzsaw on the bag gives us a gold bar. Or metal, or whatever. So we're going to run back here. Because now we're going to use the forge. Oh, first we gotta do this. We're missing something. Missing something key. So let's look around. What about this box here? Does it have anything? There's a button. Aha! There's what we were missing. Flint. And now we can do something. There's a fourth game coming out, and I'm definitely gonna stream that one blind, because as much as I enjoy playing it, I think it's more enjoyable to watch somebody play something like this for the first time. Okay, so we got that running. Coals are getting hot. And now... this. Stick that there. And before we actually heat it up, we need to double check something. So this is a fish, box, and 2 E's. So we're going to come back here. So let's see. Fish, box, and 2 E's. Oh, right. So we got one more step. And there we have it. A key. So we're going to take this key back over here. And because it's the right shape, come on, key. There we go. So... so there's a certain reason for this. So we gotta come over here. Grabs us a small connector. And now... come on. We're gonna go to this side. Because this gives us hollowed out metal block. You know, this may be familiar. So we're going to use this one first. And that connector... Ah, there we go. Becomes a slide, giving us the mechanical disc. This panel slides up, and a little sliding puzzle comes into play. So let's... Okay, for some reason it's being really, really touchy at the moment. I don't know why. And it's actually starting to annoy the crap out of me. So I think I've got it. There we go. That gives us our next metal casting piece. Which we're going to immediately use. Okay, and then we got to slide this over to activate the next gear. Now, we have one more thing we need to do over here, real quick. Well, two things we can do. So, first is tuning fork, regular fork. Tuning, regular, teeth, wheel. Okay, so we're going to make our next key. And there we are. How do we do it, you ask? Because magic. Watch and be amazed. As that tiny key becomes the exact same size as it was when it was a bar. If you screw up, you literally just put it back in and melt it, and it becomes, you know, it doesn't lose over time. Which I guess is a nice fail-safe, but it's still kind of silly. Oh, right, and also this mechanical disc is a gear. So let's take our key back over to the pyramid. Oh, wait, we got a thing here. Alright, so we can't do that yet, apparently. Oh, that's right, because we need some stuff. Okay. Let's head back over here. Go in the door. Thank you. So we'll do this. And doing that moves that along, which will pull that away, giving us a rope, or a belt. It's a belt. Thank you, game. And we're going to use that belt over here. And we need that because it gives us this little guy. So now we've got 2 chess pieces. And now we can do that thing on the pyramid. So it's got that translucence. Let's get our lens out. And here's the wheelhouse. We're going to turn it until there we are. Turn that up. The house turns. We get a nice little button, so we'll press the button. Becomes a chimney! The house opens up. And there we go. Now, having done that, gives us a bunch of mirrors with symbols on them. So this one's an interesting puzzle. This is definitely this is a spatial puzzle. So I press the button on there and it's going to shine a light. So each mirror has some shapes on it. The last mirror has a diagram. So we've got to go to each mirror and make sure that each one is in the right spot. So circle and square are connected. So if we do this, they should be in the right spot. And as for this, there we go. Slides open for another button. You press the button, and they all go back into the pyramid. And that gives us access to the key hole. So we'll turn that key that we made. Up goes the pyramid and more translucent stuff. This one's not that hard. So we've got a bunch of gems and sockets. So let's see where this blue gem is. Blue is... okay, so we could just turn it until it lands. No. Yep. And then we tap the blue gem. Goes in. So now that started. So what do we have? Green. Green is a top middle. So the quickest way to do this would be to flip it twice and bring it over. There we go. That one's super easy. First two are fairly easy. This one I think is kind of an annoying one. Okay, so it looks like it's on the bottom. There we are. Actually, this one's going to be really easy too. I'm just making this way harder than it ever needed to be. Okay, it's not responding. Okay, there we go. Wow. Very easy. So now we've got a gem. A red gem. Where do you go? Maybe up here? Yep. There we go. Last one is snake, arrow, teeth, and bullseye. Can you just go out? Thank you. So let's dump it. There we go. Oh, why'd I do that? I wasn't ready to make the key yet. I'm dumb. I got ahead of myself. Let's try that again. Come here. Alright. Okay, so what did we say it was? It was snake, arrow, and then those. Okay. Now we're ready to make the damn key. There we go. So let's unlock that final slot. Come over to the pyramid one last time. There's another keyhole there, but we have some of this stuff, so let's go in. All right. What's this puzzle? Oh yeah, this puzzle's fun. Okay, so this just does the outer ring. We don't have to worry about that. What we need to do is get the other rings together. Aha! There we go. Wait, wrong one. That's the one. By pure dumb luck, I got it right. I like that puzzle because I always get it right just by pure accident. Okay, so we get another metal casting. And this is going to activate the final gear. I'm going to at least finish this zone before we call it a night. So all the gears are running in the forge now. Get in there. We're not done with that table, but we are, we need to go over here. So we get a piece of wood. Ah, the handle broke. Bunch of jerks. Leaving me a crappy-ass handle. So, what should we do? Well, if you may have recalled, back when we got the other chess piece, that was a lathe that it was in. So naturally, oh, damn, too long to fit. So how would we possibly shorten a piece of wood? Exactly like that. Not that piece of wood. That one's crap wood. So now we've got a shorter piece of wood. Perfect. Although I'm a little concerned that the machine knew I needed a handle. So, there's our piece of wood. Our wooden handle, as it were. So now we're going to take the handle, activate this machine, which gives us a diagram of that hand you saw me looking at before. So let's see here. We got to go back for a moment. We don't have the symbols, so we got to go back up to the hand. Okay, so it's triangle, box, and 2 arrows. And that gives us camshaft, which we're going to take back up to the hand. Okay. So it's holding something on for dear life. That middle finger does not want to let go. Or the index finger, rather. It's such a pain. It's just that it's always that one finger. There we are. God, that's a pain in the ass puzzle. And that brings us back to the pyramid. One last time. So, a couple things. First and foremost... Oh. Second and foremost... Okay, so by turning that second ring, I was able to do that first slot. And by turning this, I matched the lines up. But there's one last piece. A square. And there's only one way to make a square with this key. It's already there. And that gives us the next key piece. Alright guys, well I'm going to call it there. We still have a couple chapters left to go in the game, so we're going to do it again. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, please buy the first, second, and third games all on tablet. If you want to buy it on Steam, you can, but I recommend the mobile versions more. It's a fantastic game. I love it, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.